It's this footage, 3-year-old Tharnicaa Murugappan being airlifted to a medical facility, that's reignited the debate about how Australia treats asylum seekers, refugees and migrants. The Sri Lankan family have been held in a detention centre on an island off the coast of Australia for most of the young girl's life. Tharnicaa was hospitalised in Perth 10 days ago with a fever, vomiting and dizziness. She was diagnosed with sepsis and pneumonia.
Please help us to get her out of detention and home to Bilola.
Despite the severity of her condition, the government initially refused to allow her to be treated on the mainland. Public outcry over the decision eventually forced authorities to relent.
The fact that she had to wait so long to get the health care that she needed is devastating for us that are so far away from her.
Prime Minister Scott Morrison is unfazed by the criticism and says his government has done nothing wrong.
They will continue to receive every medical care, and that care and where they are treated will continue to be determined by doctors.
Tharnicaa's parents fled persecution in Sri Lanka a decade ago. They arrived by boat and settled in the Queensland town of Biloela, where Tharnicaa and her sister Kopika were born. But the government removed them for deportation in 2018 after it deemed they had no right to asylum. Friends and neighbours from Biloela fought for the family to stay, and in 2019 a court ruled they could not be immediately deported. In response, authorities sent the Murugappans to the Christmas Island Detention Centre, where they are the only detainees. Australia's Home Minister initially said the family may be allowed to settle in the US or New Zealand, but changed her mind a few days later, saying they were not for refugees and did not qualify for resettlement.
Does anybody want you?
This case has highlighted Australia's record on the treatment of thousands of asylum seekers. Rising reports of prisoner abuse and lack of medical care has led for calls to close down offshore detention centres. The latest coming from 47 UN member states at a recent UN Human Rights Council review.
40 countries from around the world, from South Korea to the US, Germany to Brazil, made recommendations on why Australia needs to improve its policies towards asylum seekers and refugees.
So far, Australia's leaders have turned a deaf ear to such warnings and have pursued a hardline refugee policy. But opposition to the handling of Tharnicaa's case could signal a slow change of heart among ordinary Australians. Shoaib Hasan, TRT World.